So now that we've gone through and created our variables and our list, we are going to create a while loop. Now, while everything inside this loop is true. So as long as everything is still going on, you don't see a break statement or you don't see a way to break out of the loop while that's still going on, we're going to do all of these things. Okay, so this example will go through and show you exactly what we're doing. So if I were to create a variable called selection, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an input function, and I'm going to say, I'm going to ask the user rock, paper, or scissors, and then I'm going to say cue to quick. All right, and what this does is it stores whatever the user puts as the selection. Then what we're going to do is we are going to make sure that even if the user types in uppercase, like let's say they type in rock or rock or rock, that it's all being able to be read. We're going to convert all of it to lowercase. So the dot lower converts everything in here to lowercase. So now what we're going to do is we are going to get the CPU's selection with the CPU selected, and we're going to say CPU is equal to random.choice, and it's going to choose a random string inside of this list. It's going to choose either rock, paper, or scissors. All right. Then you're going to have a lot of if statements after this, and I went ahead and wrote them ahead of time. I'm going to paste them in here, and what this is let me move this over a little bit. Right. What this is, we are going to evaluate whether the user typed in rock, paper, or scissors, and we're going to compare it with what the computer put. And we're going to print tie, or we're going to print you lose, or we're going to print you win. And there's 9 different possible outcomes. So if you want to go through and take a look at each of these, you can. These are my outcomes right here. And then as you go on, you might see this symbol right here. This might be new to you, plus equals. Okay, that's the same as typing ties plus 1. Right? Same exact thing. You're taking ties and you're adding 1 to it. You can go ahead and use the shortcut, the plus equals shortcut, and you say plus equals 1. All right. At the very end, take a look here. I said else if the selection is Q. We're going to break out of this loop. All right. This is a break statement. And if you want to break out of this loop, you type in break, and that's where the break comes from. At the very end, we're going to print out the wins, losses, and ties. And we can go through and keep track of the wins, losses, and ties throughout. Notice that I've converted each of them to strings using the string function. All right, so if we run this, it's going to say rock, paper, or scissors. I'll say rock, and it says you lose, and it's going to ask me again. Notice that it tallied a 1 in the loss column. So let's say I add a capital R. Let's see if it converts it to lowercase. It does, and it says I tied. So if I say paper, it says I lost. Not on a good roll so far. Scissors, tie, rock, you lose. I can't win. Scissors, you lose. Paper, oh my goodness. Paper, you win. Finally, I've won 1 out of the first 9 games I played. So with that being said, this is your rock, paper, scissor game. If you want to take a look at these if and else if statements, I'll go ahead and slowly move down here, right? So you can take a look at it. But this is what your final code should look like. There is a way to write functions to save you time in this you win wins part right there. But we're not going to include them right away. I'll probably make a next video and maybe explain how you would write a function, but you don't necessarily need them in there. So go ahead and start with that. If you have any questions, let me know.